Yes, we want you to have sex when you're trying to conceive. Actually, enough sex, and not just enough sex, but sex that you enjoy. When trying to conceive, having sex is not something that you should negotiate. It shouldn't even be put on the table. But what we don't want you to do is to have sex, get pregnant, and at the same time get infection. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 9 things that you should bear in mind, or actually 9 things that you should do immediately after having sex because you're trying to conceive, so that you will not get that unwanted visitor, which is called infection. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Precious. One thing I don't want you to do is to say, oh Precious, I'm pregnant. I'm so excited to tell you that I'm pregnant, but at the same time I think I have infection. No, we don't want that. So what are the 9 things that you need to do immediately? Number 1, as soon as you finish doing the do, you have had an amazing time with your partner, you need to stand up as a woman, go and have a wee. Yes, go and have a wee. Why should you have a wee? Having a wee is almost like flushing out the passage. You know, when you've had the amazing time with your partner, right? One of the things that that happens is that your partner's staining may not be the best in terms of clean. Now at the same time, you could have E. coli, which is linked to feces. You know, when you wipe, right, sometimes 100% we don't wipe completely, so there will be traces of poo around there and you may not be able to see with your naked eyes. And when you're doing the do, there's a chance that your partner's penis might get to that traces of poo, which may contain E. coli, and imagine what happens. It will just be an easy transportation into your bladder or close to your bladder, which can cause UTI for you. Now to avoid that, or let's assume that has happened, there's been traces of poo which contains E. coli has gone into your body when you're having this intimacy with your partner. The easiest thing to do is to immediately go and flush it out, right? How do you flush it out? Is to have a wee, and that wee would flush it out immediately. So that's one thing that you could do to avoid infection as soon as you have sex. Number 2 things that you must do immediately is to gently clean that area, your private parts, not just you and your partner. Now one thing you need to bear in mind is that you've used some amazing tools when you're having this intimacy. You probably must have used some lubricant, you must have used some things that maybe you're exploring doing one thing or the other. Now that's up to you for you to do, but what you don't want to do is to use something that could cause some imbalance in your pH level down there as a woman. So what do? You need to stand up immediately after having sex, go and wash yourself, not with hot water because you're not cooking yourself, but with warm water and with mild soap. Ideally, just use normal water and wash up yourself. Another thing you're washing away, apart from the lubricant and the things you use, remember we talked about in the first point that there may be traces of poo, right, from you or from your partner. Now let's not call it poo because it sounds a bit there may be traces of not nice things around there that may have traveled or may even be around your vagina area or around your private area. Washing away would cause those things to be removed completely, so you don't have any interruption with your pH level. Remember, one of the things that causes infection in a woman is when your pH level is interrupted. So if the ideal pH level of a vagina is not the right way it's supposed to be, so if it's acidic, which obviously is supposed to be acidic, it becomes less acidic or it becomes alkaline, then that means that any and everything can go into your vagina and survive, and that would immediately cause infection for you. So please wipe, not just wipe, wash. Please no douching, okay? We're not going to douche. Douching is literally taking your hand, going inside there and doing like that. No, we're not doing that. You don't have any business sticking your hand into your vagina when you're washing. All you need to do is to clean the surface area properly, and you're fine with warm water and very mild soap. That's if you want to use soap, but no, we don't want to do that, okay? Number 3 thing you want to do is to drink water. Drink like enough water before you have sex. Why do you do this? It's going to help you to do number 1. It's linked to number 1. So when you drink enough water, you stay hydrated. When you finish having sex, by the time I assume you're not going to have sex in 2 minutes, you're done. I assume you're not going to do that. I assume you're going to take enough time, enjoy yourself, have fun, do all the nice things that you want to do. By the time you do all of that, your bladder is set to wee at the end of having sex. Number 4 is change into something clean after having sex. I don't need to tell you this, right? You've had sex, if things happen, we don't need to go into that. Things happen when you have sex. What you don't want to do, if you want to avoid infection, is to go and wear that same knicker that is covered in all your bodily fluid, that same dress, or that same anything that you're wearing that you can see clearly that is covered in the natural juice that comes out of your body. You don't want to go and wear that again, because wearing that is introducing bacteria into your body. Bacteria that we've talked about in number 1 that you need to wee away. Bacteria that we've talked about in number 2 that you need to wash that area. Imagine washing your area, right? You wee, you wash, then you're not going to wear that same knickers or that same clothing that you can clearly see is messed up. It's almost like having a shower and going back into the mud. So we don't want to do that. So please, one thing you want to do, like I said, is go back, get something that is clean. You've just had an amazing time. Freshen up, wear something clean to avoid bacteria going back into the place that you've already cleaned. That's number 4. Number 5 is avoid using harsh products like wipes, scented soap, all of those amazing things that you have that smells so good. Why do you not want to use this after? Because some people think, you know what, I'm precious, I'm so tired. After having sex, I just want to lie down and just relax. I want to use wipes. That wipes, after using it, everywhere is going to smell amazing. So it's fine. There's no need for me to go to the toilet, wee or wash. You need to know that your vagina has a particular kind of pH level that it needs to be on. Introducing scented wipes, introducing any wipes that can disrupt the pH balance or the pH level of your vagina is almost like saying, bacteria, come in, the environment is okay for you to come and thrive. We don't want to do that. So avoid using scented wipes, avoid using any form of soap that would cause, but I'll tell you a story, right? I used to use a product. I don't want to mention what that product is on this channel because for obvious reasons. I used to use it because it was advertised as a product that would clean that area. It's good for the body, for the feminine area and all of that. I was using that product in my head. I was getting myself clean, and when you finish using that product, you smell amazing, you feel clean and all of that. But I found out that I was having reoccurrence of infection. Now, there are certain things that I personally, from my experience, that I would not think about because I am a very clean person. Like, I don't even have to talk about. I'm a very clean person. So I started doing like elimination process. What is actually bringing about this reoccurrence of infection? One of the things that I had to eliminate was using that scented soap. I can tell you from experience that using scented soap can disrupt the pH of your vagina and it can cause infection. Remember, when your pH, when the pH of your vagina is disrupted, it's likely that a bacteria is going to come and is going to thrive, and that's what bacteria likes. Bacteria does not want your pH, the pH level of your vagina to be acidic. It wants it to be alkaline so they can go in. When it's acidic, they are not able to go in, they will die. But when they are less acidic, they can thrive. So let's make our vagina to remain in that acidic level, which is the natural way that God has created it to be, instead of changing the pH level by using scented soap, scented wipes and all of those kind of things. If you're suffering from yeast infection and you're suffering from bacterial vaginosis, that's BV, you want to hear number 6. Number 6 thing that you should do when you're having sex or immediately after having sex is to take probiotics. If you're a woman and you're not taking probiotics, you're hurting yourself so much, because probiotics, I think I've made a video about probiotics somewhere. You can go and watch it. I'll probably link it. But probiotics is one of the amazing things that will help to maintain that pH level of your vagina. What does probiotics do? Probiotics helps, you know, your vagina is acidic, right? Yes, we know that. So there's a particular kind of bacteria with the probiotics group of bacteria that are good for our body. Now, when I say bacteria, I know I've talked about bacteria in a negative form, but there are some good bacteria that we need that helps our body to get rid of the bad bacteria. So when the good bacteria goes down and the bad bacteria goes up, infection happens. But when the good bacteria is up and the bad bacteria is down, infection does not happen. So what does probiotics do? Probiotics is basically making the good bacteria to be higher than the bad bacteria, therefore making infection to be difficult for you to have. Okay, so things like yeast infection, things like UTI, BV, you would not have all of this because you have the good bacteria maintaining the pH level of your vagina, right? So there's so many probiotics out there that you can have. Just a tiny tip to this probiotic, you can actually have prebiotics as well. So what is prebiotic? Prebiotics is what you eat to feed the good bacteria that you have. If you're not feeding your good bacteria will die. So you take in the bacteria, which is probiotics, you take in the food that will feed the good bacteria, which is prebiotics. So any probiotics you're going to buy, look out for if they have prebiotics as part of the probiotics. Number 7 is wiping the right way. A lot of people don't know that there is a technique when it comes to wiping when you go to the toilet. You would say, oh, Precious, is common sense, you should be able to wipe a particular way. But that's true, a lot of people may not know the right way to wipe. First of all, when you go to the toilet to use the toilet to do number 2 is doing a poo, which I don't want to be saying a lot. When you go to the toilet to do number 2 and you finish, you have to wipe from front to back, not from back to front. So when I mean from front to back, I mean from your vagina area to your anus area, not from your anus area to your vagina area. Because if you wipe from your anus area or your anus area to the vagina area, what happens is that, remember what we talked about what poo does and what poo contains. The poo will be introduced into your vagina. And what does that mean? It means that those bacteria that is predominantly found in poo, called E. coli, and E. coli is the number 1 culprit of causing urinary tract infection. So when that is introduced into your vagina, just tell me what's going to happen. Most likely you're going to get infection. So the rule of thumb when it comes to wiping is wipe from front to back. Wipe from your vagina area to your anus area to avoid causing urinary tract infection. So even when you finish having amazing sex, you go to the toilet to wee, you finish weeing, don't just dab and do all of that. Wipe properly. And also, if you decide for one reason or the other, which I don't know, and I advise you not to do, you don't want to wee, you just want to wipe yourself after having sex, you don't want to have your wash, actually, you need to wipe from your vagina area to your anus area. We want to avoid this infection. If you've enjoyed this video this far, I would like you to please press that like button, yes, and also press the subscribe button. A lot of you have been watching this video and enjoy this content, but you haven't pressed the like button. One thing you're going to do for me if you like my content is to press the like button. Thank you so much. Number 8 tip I want to give you after having sex is, when you've done all of this, go and rest. Babe, where are you running to after having sex? Where is that place that you're going to? Why can you not just relax and calm your body and enjoy that moment after you've washed yourself, after you've changed yourself, you're not in clean clothes, go back and just rest. Why do I say you should rest? Or how does rest link to having infection? Now remember, after having sex, what happens? That sex is something that is rigorous. It's an exercise. If you don't know it, because of how sex can be, there could be wear and tear. When I mean wear and tear, there could be tiny tears here and there inside of your body and around your body. Okay, have you ever noticed where people have sex and after having sex, when they go to wee, their vagina area is a bit sensitive, so you can feel that sensitivity when you wee. You feel like, do I have an injury or something? That can happen, especially when you're not very lubricated when you're having sex. Resting brings about the atmosphere or the environment where your body can relax to avoid inflammation. When there is inflammation, what is inflammation? Infection. Whenever you have inflammation, that means there's infection happening somewhere. Okay, there's something going on in your body. So we want to avoid any form of inflammation. We want to avoid anything that will cause us to have react to the wear and tear that we've gotten during sex. So we want to rest. Babe, rest. Okay, rest. That's going to make your body relax and avoid inflammation. The number 9 thing is have a good food to eat after sex. A lot of people, when they finish having sex, they'll be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna have ice cream, I'm gonna have donuts, I'm gonna have you know, those our guilty pleasure kind of food that we eat. Precious, why are you telling me not to have ice cream? No, I'm not saying you shouldn't have ice cream. What I'm saying is that when you're trying to conceive and you've just had an amazing sex that could likely lead to pregnancy, why do you not want to eat something that will nourish your body? Why do you not want to eat something that will replace the energy that you've given out? Why do you not want to eat an amazing food, a proper food that will replace the calorie that has gone off, that you've just dissipated during sex? So eat healthy food, okay? Eat something nice. If you know that you're going to have sex, most people plan their sex, which is okay. You could just prepare something very nice, keep it that immediately after having sex, you wash yourself, you drink water, you do everything that I've mentioned on my list. You just lie on your bed, get yourself an amazing food, or get yourself the most delicious food, like give yourself a treat, and now rest. That is the best thing that you're going to do. These are the 9 things that you need to do immediately after having sex to avoid unwanted visitor, UTI, bacterial infection, yeast infection, any form of infection, because we don't want you to get pregnant and at the same time do what? And at the same time have infection. This is the part I am going to be giving you the hint for as couples. So as couples, what you want to do is that you want to maintain simple hygiene. What I've just listed is not just for the woman to do, it's also for the man to do, because remember, both people are doing this together. So if you want to avoid infection generally in your relationship, it has to come from the man and it has to come from the woman. It doesn't have to be just one person doing this thing. If one person is doing it and the other person is not doing anything, what happens is that this person is clean, the other person is infected, this person comes and infects this person. So it's always going to be a cycle of infection going on in your relationship. So the tip for this video is that the husband and the wife, the partners, should have or maintain this simple hygiene to avoid infection. Have you enjoyed this video? Yes, you have. If you did, please let me know by letting me know in the comment section things that you should avoid doing or things that you should do immediately after having sex so that you don't get infection when you get pregnant. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and leave it on the comment section. If you have any questions at all regarding this video, let me know on the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next video. Bye for now. Bye.